So if you've been living in Thailand for a while, then buying a property in a condo, villa, house would seem like the next logical step. But it's not quite that simple. So let me explain exactly how the Thai property market works here. Because foreigners cannot own land in Thailand, under the Thailand Code Act, only Thai nationals may hold freehold titles to land. But foreigners can hold freehold titles to condo units. But it does come with some limitations, because the total foreign ownership in any single condominium building must not exceed 49% of the total saleable floor area. So that means if the foreign quota is full, then new foreigners cannot buy any condo units in that building. But yes, providing that the option's there, foreigners can own condos. Sometimes. Also, with that all being said, it's worth remembering that owning property in Thailand doesn't automatically give you immigration rights, or even secure your long-term stay here in Thailand either. So think twice before making any big purchases, but that's probably good advice for everything in life. So you're welcome. But as for the ways you can buy property here in Thailand, that's what I'm here for. So let's start with the first one. You can, as I mentioned, buy a condo outright as long as the 49% hasn't been exceeded. Then you can buy a condo in that building. So that is the main option for foreigners, but because not everybody wants a condo, they'd rather a house or villa or something else maybe, or maybe they can't get the exact condo that they want because that building has already reached the maximum number of foreigners. So by Thai law, they can't buy it. So people try workarounds, whether they're actually legal or not is questionable. So here's some of the different property traps that people fall for here in Thailand. Starting with the first one. The 30-year lease trap. Another way foreigners can obtain long-term rights to use land or property without actually owning it is to sign a lease of land or property for up to 30 years, which normally includes renewal options, but that's all dependent on the landowner at the time. Also, just know renewals above 30 years are only contractual and not guaranteed by law. So this means foreigners can own buildings themselves like a house or a villa, separate from the land, if they have secured the legal rights, like a lease to use the land. But as you can guess, another risk with this option is if the landowner dies or sells, then renewals can become complicated also. And bear in mind, it would be only the building you'd own because you're leasing the land, so you don't really own this one either. The next one is, it's in my wife's name trap. Because even if a foreigner is married to a Thai national, they cannot be registered as the landowner. The land must be in the Thai national's name. Even if the foreigner paid for it, it legally belongs to her. And in divorce, you may have limited or no rights, and if she passes away, then inheritance complications can arise. You've probably seen this one online a bit, people move out here, fall in love with a Thai girl, buy everything, build a house, put everything in her name, and then there's always the risk that she could leave with quite literally everything. The next would be the Thai nominee trap. Be careful because these are common but illegal methods. The nominee structures use Thai nationals in friends, girlfriends, wives, or even a Thai company that fronts to hold land for foreigners. Companies set up with Thai shareholders that are actually majority controlled by foreigners can be challenged and completely invalidated. So just because you've heard of someone finding a loophole doesn't mean it actually is one, and it doesn't mean that you can do the same and think it'll be fine. And that's enough of the traps, I guess you could say. So on to the next points worth mentioning about the Thai property market. Because some developers are known to inflate prices for foreigners because they think they can afford it, which might be true most of the time to be honest, but still, be extra careful. And also be careful what leasehold structures you end up using, because again it is known for the sale to be done under complicated leasehold structures that benefit, obviously, not the foreigner. And make sure to double check for any hidden management fees or even future obligations in the small print. That's a few things I've heard about foreigner developments as well. And something that I've suspected to be true for some time now is that most condos here are actually empty most of the year. Because even from my balcony at night, the condos near me, most of them never have their lights on. Only about 15-20% of the rooms actually have their lights on, which got me thinking. It led me down a little bit of a rabbit hole in researching this. And I found out that actually most of these projects and developments become profitable and get classed as a success during the pre-sales. Because the cost of these builds, coupled with the demand for condo units in popular areas in Thailand, and also new condo units for investments, is becoming even more popular. So that could be why you don't really see much support or upkeep for these new condos, because not only does the responsibility get transferred to the maintenance team once they've made the sale, but also I guess once they've made their money already, it's on to the next project to make more profit perhaps, so they leave it behind to gather dust, I guess. But yeah, it makes sense that the big developer guys make their money and bounce, and that also explains why some condo units, you'll probably read the reviews that the maintenance or the upkeep isn't the best. And I think this could be partly the reason why. Now let's talk about building quality and speed, because even around here where I live, I've seen some places get built in some record time it seems. and also some others are taking a bit longer because they're bigger projects. For context, I'm on the outskirts of Pattaya, and whenever they've done work on the roads, it gets done pretty fast. But as for actual buildings and livable conditions, you do have to be careful. I've read a lot online that will make you think the Thais aren't related to Bob the Builder in any way. And I will say you can expect speed because things seem to get put up here very quick. But does that mean build quality isn't up to the highest standard? Maybe. There's a lot of online talk about this anyway. So if you are thinking of building a property out here or even buying a new build, make sure to double check or at least bring someone along who knows what they're looking at. And that's it for today's video. Hopefully you were a bit more educated on the Thai property market and its perhaps darker side, maybe you could say. But yeah, that's it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, and if you fancy living the Thailand life like I am, then check out the description to my website to see my Move to Thailand guide. That includes everything you need to know before you make the move to the other side of the planet. From mistakes I've made that you can learn from, which city is the best to live in, what the dating scene is like out here, and anything else you can think of really. It's not full of pictures either, so don't expect that. Expect black and white text, but I've made it as readable as I can, so don't worry. But yeah, that's there if you're interested, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.